Don't step on any traitors on your way in, Bob. Just tiptoe through the traitors. Good morning.
Yeah. Joe Biden's doing a whole Radar O'Reilly thing now with Vladimir Putin. It's like choppers. What? I don't hear any choppers. Like, oh yeah, they're coming. Listen.
I mean, I just
kind of amazing.
Yeah, even for Trump, this is extraordinary. Was sort of breathtaking, wasn't it? I mean, I know it was not unexpected at all, right? But it just, I mean, the fact that he called it genius, Putin savvy, the same word Pompeo used.
Yeah.
I just okay.
And it was on the Buck Sexton show.
Yes.
Because I guess
right.
the Dirk Diggler show was booked.
It's booked. Yeah. You retweeted Mike Pompeo saying American weakness always creates risk for our friends and our interests. And you said, and who relentlessly appeased Moscow for his entire presidency during, before, and since. Maybe it was this ass kisser. Thank you. What a disgrace Mike Pompeo is as well.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Pompeo, right. And he issues that tweet just before Donald Trump goes on the Buck Sexton show.
Right.
And just neck deep in Vladimir Putin's bunghole. You know, it's just like you couldn't kiss his ass more than what Donald Trump said yesterday. And so everyone going, oh, Joe Biden's, look at him turning his back on the American people, turning his back on. What are you talking about? Donald Trump just said that Vladimir Putin was so savvy and it's a genius move to and you know, of course, Donald Trump was hearing all of this information about Ukraine seconds before he went on that show. So he has a very weak grasp in terms of what's going on over there. In fact, didn't he call it the Ukraine?
Yes, he did.
Segment? Yeah.
Isn't this just the story of our time? That this is the party of Reagan? That they are just, I mean, you said it, you said Putin is threatened by democracy. He also possesses toxic nostalgia for the old Soviet Empire. That after watching some of his loony rant, I'm also not ruling out brainworms. Yes, it's what are they saying? Like this is why he and Trump loved each other. They wanted an access of autocracy. These loony dictators, basically.
Absolutely. And you see so many similarities between Vladimir Putin right now and Donald Trump. I mean, basically, you can summarize Vladimir Putin's motives in all of this by saying he wants to make Russia great again. This is kind of his drive. He wants to protect his oligarch money.
Yeah.
That's first and foremost, and any democracy on his doorstep is a threat to that kleptocracy that's going on in Russia, where if you suddenly give power to the people in the form of a democracy, they're going to start to object to the fact that you're taking all of their money and buying yachts and houses and enriching yourself and your oligarch friends with all of that cash. And so that's why it's one of the reasons why Vladimir Putin is so threatened by a democratic NATO ally Ukraine at his doorstep. And then there's the historical aspect of all of this, where he feels some sort of, as the hours tick away in his life, and as the rumors emerge of him not being entirely there, see also my comments about brainworms, that he may be looking to solidify his place in Russian history by, in his mind, reclaiming this territory that rightfully belongs to Russia. But my God, the Mongols once occupied that territory at some point. If we're really going to be strict in terms of the historical occupation of that area, we can be strict about it, and it won't involve Vladimir Putin or Russia.
I mean, that's the thing, how it is so predictable in some ways and yet still shocking. I mean, Rick Wilson, you retweeted, he said 10-1 odds Comrade Tucker calls the invading Russia army peacekeepers, and you said, and he'll say NATO has been unfair to Putin. I mean, it's just that we have these people in the United States arrayed against Joe Biden and America against Ukraine and the West is just, I don't know what to say about it anymore. I really am having trouble finding words this morning on what we're supposed to do and what's happened in this country.
Yeah. And it's not so much that they're opposed to like Tucker Carlson and so on. There's others so much opposed to America. They're opposed to democracy anywhere. And, I'm sure they're getting advice from their friend Viktor Orban in Hungary along those lines, where I don't know, Tucker Carlson does a regular remote there from every other month from Hungary with his dictator pal, and they're doing CPAC there evidently one of these months. Apparently there's a CPAC every month now. I was
know
unaware that they were doing these things so often.
With that?
But
Yeah, I mean, Brooklyn Dad Defiant, our friend, said, you don't have to be a foreign policy expert to know that Trump calling Putin's moves genius and savvy is a really bad look for an American president, even for Trump. I mean, I have to say, you think you can't ever be surprised by Trump or think there's no low he won't go to. But I have to say, yesterday, I was like, wow, that was, even for him, was...
Yeah. Well, this is the amazing thing about Donald Trump. It's an amazing thing about the entire movement surrounding him is it's just loaded with contradictions. All at once, they're like, oh, we love freedom and sovereignty. And, oh, and by the way, the freedom and sovereignty of other people, well, they're screwed. we don't care about them. And and that's the ongoing contradiction. Donald Trump represents an authoritarianism that we've never seen in this country. And this is what they want. It's like this ongoing game of musical chairs, and what they're hoping is that their authoritarian is the one who gets the last chair, and he's going to remain in that chair in perpetuity if he gets it again.
Yeah, I Joyce Vance again. I'm not a foreign policy analyst. Don't play one on TV, but as a person with common sense, I bet that part of Putin's calculation involved the willingness of Trump's circle, including electeds, to back Moscow over Biden. Right? Duty to Warn, Lincoln Project said you would think Justin Trudeau is the one invading Ukraine after watching Fox News. I mean, it's, and it seems like, again, Bob, every issue is connected here. The Pentagon approves deployment of National Guard during trucker protests in D.C. Well, these are also fueled by Russia's online. These right-wing, vaccine mandate. First of all, even against yours and my strict... misgivings. Even blue states are lifting restrictions. So what are they even talking about anymore? These stupid what are they protesting? Right? I mean, it's just, it seems like...
I mean, they don't need any actual facts, Stephanie, to say these.
But I mean, this is against our own people. Our own Pentagon has to go protect the Capitol against these lunatics that are trying to just cause, as Russia would like, more chaos and division in America over misinformation, you name it. Right? Restrictions, whatever it is.
We just last week we saw a story where they were accusing Hillary Clinton of spying on Trump in the White House, even though blah, blah, blah. We've all been through the debunkery on all of this. But they didn't need the facts to actually stack up to what they were saying. So they just kept saying it anyway. They just eliminated the White House portion of that whole story. And so there are contradictions, there are counterfactual things, disinformation. And we wonder why they're so nuts, and it's because of hearing all of this contradictory information. That's why a lot of these red hats, you see steam shooting out of their ears on a regular basis, like Uncle Fester.
They've done a study, right, that Fox viewers are less informed than people that watch no news at all because they are constantly misinformed.
Right.
I mean, but speaking, where's my evil clown car music? I don't know, maybe that came from Bob, probably. Who can tell where you end and where I begin? But this makes just what I was just saying. A group of Pennsylvania truckers is calling for justice for Ashley Babbitt, this January 6th terrorist, as they prepare to head to D.C. as part of a convoy protest modeled after the recent one in Canada. On Wednesday, a convoy of an undetermined number of truckers is set to leave Scranton, head for the nation's capital by way of Harrisburg, where the first of many grievances will be aired. It's like the Festivus convoy. And it doesn't even...